I know many of you are struggling with mold toxicity. You've got mold in your house, you don't know what to do, you can't afford to move out, and you feel terrible. Your energy's on the floor, headaches, gut pain, muscle aches and muscle pain, chronic fatigue. So I want to give you 2 tips today that you can implement that are low cost and free that may help you feel better until you can figure out how to escape the mold. So what are they? Number 1, supplement with creatine. Simple creatine. You don't need to go fancy on this. Creatine monohydrate, pure crystalline powder. Why? Creatine helps your body make energy. And when you're in mold, one of the side effects of being in mold is that mold damages your liver and it damages your kidney. And your liver and your kidney are responsible for making creatine, and we need creatine to make energy. That's what this diagram here is all about. Let me move these arrows back out of the way. Your kidneys take amino acids, arginine and glycine, and they make a pre-creatine substance, and they send that to the liver, and then the liver takes that substance, adds methionine to it, and creates creatine. And then creatine comes into your muscle. 95% of it is stored in your muscle. That's why people in mold have muscle aches and pains and hurt. And so once you have that creatine in the muscle, you have an enzyme that helps to make energy. ATP is what energy is. That enzyme is called creatine kinase. So the mechanism of mold toxicity here is that it damages your liver's ability to make creatine. It damages your kidney's ability to help with it, but mold toxins also create free radicals, what's called ROS, reactive oxygen species, that damage the muscle too. Now we know from animal studies that mold toxins, especially you can see down here, aflatoxins and fumonisins, these are different types of toxins that you can get exposure to from environmental molds. They can actually inhibit creatine kinase. Now, what is creatine kinase? Creatine kinase is this enzyme right here that helps you make energy. So, not only do you have liver and kidney damage, but you have an inhibition of this enzyme that's responsible for making energy inside of your mitochondria. So, creatine supplementation can bypass a lot of this, and for a lot of people that are living in mold and can't afford to get out, it can aid with aches and pains and stiffness. But also can be helpful if you're dealing with a lot of brain fog. Okay, so that's number 1. Now this relatively low cost, inexpensive way to possibly feel better. Number 2 is free, and number 2 is sunshine. And I can't emphasize this one enough. Sunshine is going to help for a number of different reasons. Number 1, when you're outside in the sun, you're not in your moldy house. So get out of your house spend as much time out of there as you possibly can to avoid the exposure. But number 2 is the red light from the sun. A lot of you are out there buying these very expensive red light boxes and doing red light therapy, but you get free red light when you go outside. And if you go outside and there are green trees around, the green leaves on those trees reflect even more red light, so it's even enhanced, far greater than any box you could buy. But the red light from the sun increases mitochondrial energy production. Mitochondria are the powerhouses. These are the little energy producers inside of your cells, and we can tap into that absolutely free. And that red light enhances and improves mitochondrial energy production. And we want that energy. That's that energy what we're after, so that these tissues work better, so that we have less aches, less stiffness, less brain fog, less pain, better GI function, etc. So creatine monohydrate and sunshine. If you're stuck in the mold, try those 2 things. Very low cost. It might help you feel better and get through the next several days, weeks, or months as you're trying to map out how to get out of your mold as soon as possible. You want to learn more about mold? Come visit me at moldjacked.com and make sure you're signed up there We've got new information coming out every week just for you, those of you navigating this mold illness arena.